which of the following are chemical changes? Physical change and chemical change. In physical change, what happens? Only the state it changes, physical state changes, that is from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, right. From liquid it can change into gas, solid can change into gas, and it is vice versa also, that is solid liquid can be changed into solid also, gas can be changed into liquid also. So, this is physical change, and no new substance is formed in physical change, and in physical change you will see that the properties do not differ from of the this components and product. The components which have combined to form, that will property will not be changed or different. But in case of chemical change, the substances they combine to form a new substance, and properties of the constituents and the product, they are totally different. Reactant and product, the properties they are totally different, a new substance is formed, right. So, here you have to find out that which one are physical change and which one are chemical change. First one given is growth of plant. Growth of plant, is it, of course, when the plant grows, its size increases, that is its physics changes, but inside that plant the chemical changes also occurs, and the amount of chemicals formed, that also changes. So, it will be what, some say process of photosynthesis will increase as it grows, process of photosynthesis will increase, leaves, more and more leaves will be formed, they will synthesize more and more of food, and more carbon will combine with hydrogen and oxygen to give to form more of the food. So, here it will be a chemical change, because though only the growth means the plant, when plant grows physics changes, but inside the plant chemical changes are also occurring. Then rusting of iron. Rusting of iron is what? Iron, it has combined with oxygen to give it is, what is rust? Iron, when exposed to air, then oxygen of air, it combines with iron and forms iron oxide, and this is a chemical change because a new substance with different properties is formed. Then mixing of iron filing and sand. You have some sand and you have some iron filing. You just mix them. You can easily separate also. We have seen that in physical change, what happens? We can easily separate the constituents. Just by moving a magnet, you can take out the iron filing. So, this is what? This is a physical change. No new chemical is, no new substance is formed. Properties do not have not changed. Iron filing, they have the property that they get attracted to the magnet. So, after mixing also you will see that they will get attracted and you can easily separate them. Then cooking of food. When you cook food, what happens? The chemical properties total changes. They change, and therefore cooking of food, raw food and cooked food. There is difference in the chemicals formed which are formed in after cooking. So, cooking of food is a chemical change. Digestion of food, again it is a chemical change, because the food which we eat, it in the alimentary canal or in the digestive system, so many changes, chemical changes takes place, and therefore digestion of food is a chemical change. Freezing of water, water only changes from liquid state, it changes into solid state, that is ice, and therefore it is what? It is a physical change. Burning of a candle, burning of candle will be what? It will be a chemical change. Why it will be a chemical change? Because when this candle burns, then carbon dioxide gas is formed, light is evolved, heat is evolved. So, new substance, that is carbon has combined with oxygen of air, carbon from the candle has combined with oxygen of air and formed carbon dioxide with the release of heat and light energy, and therefore, it is a chemical change. Then question number 37, this is 36, 37. Suggest separation technique one would need to employ to separate the following mixture. Which are the following mixture? You are given, that is mercury and water. Mercury is Hg and water is H2O. These are the chemical formula of mercury and water. You have both of them, you have mixed, and now you have to separate. How you will separate? You can separate them just by decantation. Decantation means you will see that both are not both will not get mixed up with each other. You will have a separate layer of mercury and water. One is lighter, one is heavier. So, you just allow them to stand for some time. You will get two different layers, very distinct, and you can separate them by decantation. Then potassium chloride and ammonium chloride, KCl and NH4Cl. This is potassium chloride, this is ammonium chloride. Now, we know that this ammonium chloride, it has the property that it sublimes. Sublimes means it directly changes from solid state to gaseous state without changing into liquid state. So, if you have these two mixture and these two substances and you have mixed them, then if you will heat, then you will see that this is a volatile substance and this is non-volatile. It will vaporize and these vapors can be collected on the inner side of the funnel, as we have seen in the case of sublimation. When we were doing the process of sublimation, we have seen that we have heated, and on that watch glass we have kept a inverted funnel, and on the inner side of the funnel you get this vapors, they will get deposited in the form of solid ammonium chloride, and in this way you can separate by the process of sublimation. Then this is first A, that is A, this is B, then C. What is C? Common salt, water and sand. You have a mixture of common salt dissolved in water, and also some sand is added to it. Now, this mixture you have, so what you will do? You will first filter. When you will filter the solution, you will see that these sand particles, they can be separated by the filtration, and now you will be left with these two, that is common salt and water. Now, when you will heat, one process we have done, that is called as distillation, right. So, when you will heat them and vapors of this water, it will get evaporated and you can condense and you will be left with common salt. So, these two can be separated by the process of distillation. First you will filter the solution, first you will filter the mixture and you will get sand separated and you will be left with common salt and water. Then you will distill, and after distillation you will get separate water and common salt. Then next is D, that is kerosene oil, water and salt. salt gets dissolved in water, they are miscible. But of course salt is solid and this is liquid, it will get dissolved. But kerosene and water, they are immiscible. Immiscible means they will not get mixed up. So you will keep this mixture for some time, then you will see that there are two different layers. One layer will be of oil being lighter, it will float, and water, it will remain at the water along with the salt, it will remain at the bottom. So this you can separate by separating funnel, and then you will get these two, that is water and salt. Again this water and salt, as we have done in earlier case, previous case, that is by distillation, you can separate water and salt. So in this way you can separate this mixture of kerosene, water and salt. Now next question, that is question number 38. Name the process associated with the following. First one is dry ice is kept at room temperature and at 1 atmospheric pressure. Dry ice is kept at room temperature and at 1 atmospheric pressure. What is dry ice? Dry ice is solid carbon dioxide. Why it is kept at room temperature at 1 atmospheric pressure? Because the vapor pressure of dry ice, it is higher than that of atmospheric pressure. So what will happen? It will go, if it is kept here, then it will sublime. It will sublime and it will go into the air, and the process is sublimation. Right? Then second one, B, a drop of ink placed on the surface of water contained in a glass spreads throughout the water. If you have a glass, add water to it, and on that water you add just a drop of ink. You will see that this ink, it will go in the, it will completely, it will be on the surface of the water. It will, you can say, spread on the surface of the water. So what has happened? Why it has only, you have taken only a drop and it has spread all over. It will go inside also. So why? Because it has dissolved in it. So you can say this is the process of dissolution. When you take salt, add this salt to water, that also get dissolved. But salt is a solid and water is a liquid. Here in this case, both the things, that is ink and water, both are liquid. So when you put a drop of ink on water, first it will get spread and then it will go inside the water. This is what? Dissolution. Dissolution means it dissolves. Then C part of question number 38. A KMnO4 crystal is in a beaker and water is poured into the beaker with stirring. Potassium permanganate, KMnO4 crystal is poured in a beaker. This is water, and you are putting a crystal of KMnO4 in it, and you are continuously stirring it. So what happens to this KMnO4? It gets dissolved and you get a true solution, that is, you will not be able to separate or differentiate KMnO4 from water. So this is what? This is dissociation. This is the process of dissociation. Then D part of the same question, that is question number 38. Acetone bottle, if left open and the bottle becomes empty. You might have observed that if you have some acetone at your home, or you can say nail paint remover, that is also, it contains acetone, or spirit. When you go to the doctor and he puts the injection, if he injects somewhere, then first he puts spirit. That spirit, it goes away into the air. In the same way, acetone bottle, if it is left open, then after some day you will see that there is no liquid in the bottle. So where it has gone? It has evaporated. Why it has evaporated? Because it is volatile substance. The boiling point of this acetone, it is lower than the normal temperature, and this process is called as evaporation. Then next is, that is E part of question number 38. Milk is churned to separate cream from it. If you have milk, obviously we know that in the milk there is cream also. So how this cream is being separated from the milk? That is, the milk is rotated, or you can say it is churned at very high speed. Cream being lighter, milk being heavier, it will remain here, and this cream will, because it is lighter, so it will float, and this process is called as centrifugation. Centrifugation. Then F part of question number 38. Settling of sand when a mixture of sand and water is left. You have water, in that you have added some sand and you allow to keep it for some time. Then what happens? All the sand particles, they will settle down at the bottom. This is sand and this is water. This is what? This is sedimentation. Then G part of 38 questions. Fine beam of light entering through a small hole in a dark room illuminates the particles in its path. This already I told you, children, that you might have observed that in the picture hall or cinema, a projector is there at the back, or if in a dark room some hole is there, then you will see that the light which is coming in that from that hole, or the light which is coming from the projector, you can easily see the dust particles in that. So what is it? That is Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect we have seen in case of colloids also, and in case of suspension also. The particles, they are bigger in size, not in true solution. In true solution, solid particles, they are not bigger in size, therefore they do not show the Tyndall effect. But in case of colloid and in case of suspension, you will see that the particle size is bigger and therefore they show the Tyndall effect, right. So this is all about the question answers based on this chapter. Still, if you find any question, children, try to understand the theoretical part, principle, theory and principle. If you will understand, don't by heart, try to understand all the definitions also, try to understand, and if you are asked, then you can recall, and if you have understood it, then you can write in your own language, in your own words also. But if you will by heart, children, you will not be, if a word is gone, then everything is gone. So try to understand the this principle and theory, and then you can, whatever question is given, just think over and you will be able to answer. Have confidence in yourself, you can do all the question and answers. Only the thing is that you have to practice, you have to understand, you have to practice, right. So, wish you all the best children, do it well.